basically we took all the heaviness and kind of like pulled it up.
Wow, I wish you could start at my ankles and pull it up.
You always have a joke, but here's the thing. You were wide awake for that surgery?
I know.
What was that like?
I don't even give blood anymore.
Wow.
You know, they have to beg me, and I can't believe I did that.
It is
My friends freaked out. They were,
Yeah?
why would you have a facelift? Why did you have a facelift? I said, well, I wasn't busy. I wasn't doing anything, so I thought, why not? I've had so many surgeries and scars on my body that I didn't want, that I didn't ask for, and that I needed. And so I wanted to do something that was for myself, that would be positive.
Well, this is called the Simoni facelift.
Yes.
Give me the details. How long does it take? And
Well, Dr. Simoni, did it. He's amazing. He's wonderful. He's very kind and gentle. And maybe 2 hours?
really?
Yes.
In 2 hours?
From beginning to end, from walking out the door.
All right, for other
Well,
people.
rolling out the door.
Okay.
Yes.
For other people who want to know, how much does it cost?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I think it's maybe between 25 and 35,000,
Wow.
depending.
But
Yes.
you come out looking beautiful.
You come out looking great. I didn't think I looked that bad to begin with, but apparently I did. So,
According
yes,
to you.
I
that's
would
you.
suggest it. I mean, I would suggest it. It's it's very invasive, but you don't have to go under anesthesia. So that's the great thing about it for people that worry about something happening. You know, there's so many things that can go wrong in that hospital
Anesthesia,
room
yeah.
when you're under anesthesia. When I had my emergency spine surgery and I was paralyzed from the neck down, I remember the anesthesiologist talking to me, and I said, just tell me I'm going to see you when I wake up. Just tell me I'm going to see you. And he said, I can't tell you that.
Oh, wow, that is scary. You know, it's scary, and you've had a pretty tough last few years. Right after getting out of jail, of course, they found the tumor on your back. You had that surgery.
Well, they could have found it a lot sooner. Let's just say that.
Okay, but then after that, you had 10 chemo treatments.
10. Very
Yeah.
invasive. 10 spinal taps.
And
10
then-
lumbar injections.
Right, and then you announced that you're cancer-free. How is your recovery going?
Well, the cancer, you know, it wasn't that big of a deal. My mom died of colon cancer. My dad died of esophageal cancer. What I went through with them, you know, month after month, and different trials and different, types of chemo and all those things, it was just utterly exhausting. Mine was very quick. It's Burkitt lymphoma. It grows between 3 weeks and 8 weeks. It was at about 5 weeks. I had a pain in my neck. I went to 6 doctors in 10 days. I went to the emergency room every day, and I got, go home and take it easy, honey, you'll be fine. In the meantime, I had a deadly
Right.
cancer in my body. They wouldn't even do an MRI.
Thank goodness
Crazy.
they found it. Now, you've been going through physical therapy,
Yes.
and you're in the wheelchair. Tell us about how that's going, and how do you feel now?
Well, it's tough. I really can't tell you why I can't walk. It was the damage that was done to my spinal cord when the infection from the Burkitt lymphoma was choking my spinal cord.
Right.
That's why I'm so bitter and angry about it, because if they would have caught it
Earlier.
just 2 days before, I would have walked out of the hospital.
But we do have video of you attempting to walk for the first time. You shared that
Yes.
with us. Can
Yes.
we watch that real
Yes.
quick? How good does it feel to get back on your feet, and how did that feel? Because it's not easy.
Every muscle in your back, your glutes, your legs, your abdominals is contracting so hard to just take those steps. You know,
Well,
from the rib
congratu-
cage to the knees, it's just loosey-goosey. But
But-
that's pretty amazing. And I look better standing up. That's the thing.
Listen, it is amazing, and we hope that you get back to being you again.
Well, thank
you know?
you. Thank you.
By the way, you went back to Dance Moms in the wheelchair.
I did. Right now, I'm kind of out of commission from the waist down. More than ever, I'm going to be teaching by dance vocabulary. So that when I say tombe, pas de bourrée, glissade, grand jeté, they do it.
And you were still Abby Lee, though.
Well, you know, I can sit on my ass and yell at anybody. That's pretty much my MO. But it was great. It was great to be back in the studio to do what I do, to be in my zone.
Right.
And the kids on season 8 were magnificent to work with. They wanted to be there. They loved being there. They grew up watching it on television, and all of a sudden their dream came true. And they were in Pittsburgh in a dance studio with me. And they learned a lot, and I felt good. I forgot about the chair.
Did you?
Yes.
And How important is the show and the girls and all that to you? I mean, clearly.
Well, it's very important, and I think it's so educational for kids out there. Every dance teacher, their business has grown. I mean, every kid wants private lessons. Everybody wants to be like the kids on the show.
Yeah.
Competitions have grown just because we use those competitions on the show.
Now, I want to ask you this. My dad was a basketball coach, and over the years, he softened a little bit. You're not softening yet, are you?
No, especially, I think so many parents are soft on kids today. I think they need someone in their life that is tough on them, that holds them accountable, that expects greatness. And when I see a talented child and I know that they can be better than they are, I'm gonna push that button and make them better.
No! No! Really? Your own kid doesn't know the difference? No! Loser!
Can we talk for a second? Because you spent time in prison, and Lori Loughlin could be on her way to prison because of this college admissions scandal.
Yes.
Do you have any advice for her?
I think she's gonna be fine in prison because she was on a television show that was with children. It was a comedy. People loved it. People are gonna wanna ask her questions about the show, about John Stamos. They're gonna wanna know all that. With me, it was a little different story. The guards were who I had the problem with.
Really? What kind of problems? Tell me the problems.
Well, just calling me Hollywood. They're supposed to call you by your last name or your number, and I was called, where's the dance mom lady? Where's the dance teacher? Where is she? You know, just coming into your room, dumping your locker open, taking Cherokee red soda and dumping it all over your clothes just for the heck of it. It was the doctor in the prison that took me off of all of my medication cold turkey.
Really?
All of that, my diabetes and thyroid and things that you should be weaned off of over time. It was just like this because who knows why.
Abby, you talk about your issues with guards. What were those interactions like between you and the guards?
Tough.
And did you give them, did you give them just as much as you got?
The first 2 months, I was so sweet and kind and nice, and I made wonderful friends that, you know, I will have forever, friendships. The next 2 months, I demanded that they get Heinz ketchup. I got it. There were a couple other things that happened, and then I taught a dance routine for the Christmas show, and all the girls were involved in it, and it was wonderful, and their families and their children just went crazy. It was great. So I got back to my old self. By the last 2 months, yes, I was, you know, correcting grammar and saying, pick up your feet. Quit dragging your feet on the floor. I was screaming at everybody. I was the real Abby Lee.
It was tough.
Yeah, the last 2 months.
But you know
and
what?
I shouldn't have been there. You know, when the warden has a meeting with you and looks at the entire case, what are you doing here? I said, I don't know, you tell me. He said, well, if this would have happened in California, you would have gotten a letter in the mail.
Wow.
Right.
Well, here's the thing.
Big waste of your tax paying
Dollars?
dollars. Yes. You paid my rent for 8 months in California.
But you are still you, no matter what. Wheelchair, prison, wherever, you are still Abby
No,
Lee
people
Miller.
don't
You keep
change.
saying
You have a
no.
genetic makeup and that's it.
I'm not mad at you for that.